He moved out of his old apartment in March. 4 months later, he's still waiting for the return of his security deposit.
I called them and say, when should I go and pick up my security deposit? They're saying, oh, we usually take a month to process them.
But a month came and went, and Lenny says he never received the check. After months of hearing the check is in the mail, he filed complaints with the Better Business Bureau and the New York State Attorney General's office. To this day, Lenny's security deposit has not been returned, and he's certainly not alone in his fight. Tenant attorney Stephen DeCastro says it's all too common for tenants in New York not to receive their deposits in a timely fashion, and surprisingly, they have no real recourse.
One hold in New York State's tenant protections is that there is no penalty for the failure to timely return the tenant's security deposit. The tenant has almost no recourse whatsoever except to go to small claims court and try to get that security deposit back.
Somebody, I think, has to take a much larger step towards and address this on a much larger level than a one-to-one basis.
Other states have laws which protect tenants, requiring landlords to pay the security deposit within a certain time frame or be liable for 2 or 3 times the amount of the deposit. But with no such laws in New York, DeCastro says many tenants take whatever means necessary to protect themselves.
Tenants are taking the law into their own hands and using extra legal means by simply not paying the last month's rent and getting the return of their security deposit that way. That's not within the scheme, and that's a violation of the lease. But since they have no recourse otherwise, that's what tenants are starting to do.
Landlords are also supposed to put security deposits in separate accounts, report how much interest it accrues every year, and then return that interest along with the deposit. We called the management agency for Lenny's former landlord, ATA Enterprises. We were told that they're reissuing a check and sending it overnight to Lenny. We'll let you know what happens. Susan Dunn, New York 1.